Hi, ni hao, I'm Chef Tom, making short ribs today from my local butcher shop. Going to make a simple marinated sauce. Ginger and garlic, sherry cooking wine, or you can use Shaoxing wine, Marine cooking wine is fine. Regular soy sauce, and some dark soy sauce. Give them a nice dark rich color. The sodium content usually the same. And some oyster sauce, give them flavor. Sesame oil, and we're going to use the pork fat to help to cook this wonderful dish. Some 5 spice powder, give them more flavor. Some black vinegar, and then we're going to balance out with some sweetness, so they have that sweet and sour taste. I'm going to do some brown sugar. Brown sugar have more flavor than the white sugar when you come to like slow braising. Honey. And then we're going to give them a quick whisk, combine the sauce together. All the wonderful ingredient in here. Give them a quick taste. Rich, balance the flavor. That's how I like it. Just gonna pour the sauce over the top of the ribs here. And I'm gonna marinate this overnight. And this short rib is too large. Otherwise I will put it in a zip bag. That'll be okay too. And I keep it in the fridge. And half day, I'm gonna give them a flip so we can marinate on the other side. I divided into 2 separate. This is the baking pan with 4 big ribs here. I got some sauce here, and here I got some shiitake dried mushroom and some sauce with the ribs. It's been marinated really nice. Put some onion in, some carrot, and we're gonna add some stock or just plain water is fine. Quite a bit. We're gonna slow cook this for 2.5 hours at least. Just cover up the ribs. Here, just give them a little bit. I usually just pour into the pan like this. Just give them some juice. So we're gonna bake this here for about 2.5 hours on 325. And this one we're gonna slow cook for 2.5 hours. I use medium-high heat to let the sauce bring up to your boiling point and let them cook for a good 10 minutes. And here my oven's 325 is ready, so I'm just going to let them cook for a little while. Skim some funny thing on the top here so we make the sauce a little more clear. Don't have to worry about too much, because later on before we serve, we will separate. There's going to be quite a few beef fat on the top. We're going to separate that and just leave a little bit for flavor. Smell amazing here. Woo. It's about 1 hour. The sauce reduced down, the color getting too darker, and then the honey and the sugar will kind of like thicken the sauce or caramelize in the sauce. It's going to be so delicious. We're going to continue cooking. I took the one in the oven out and give them a quick flip. Look at that, how beautiful, huh? And put it back into the oven. After 2 hours of braising the short ribs, now I just turn the heat a little higher. We are going to reduce the sauce. So what I like to do is sometime once in a while I will come over to my pot, just give them a quick swirl like this. And that will help them to reduce the sauce more evenly. Probably another 15 to 20 minutes will be done. So now I'm going to give the sauce a try. Wow, so delicious. The best to serve with rice. Make sure you balance the flavor to suit your taste. Some short ribs are more fatty, so you can just tell by the sauce, because usually when you braise something, on the top layer does pretty much the fat, so you can skim some out. But this is okay for me. I like it. It's good flavor. Getting closer. The sauce is very rich. Sometimes I use beers to use for the stock, and you can come up with a lot of different recipe. This is for Corey, more like teriyaki. I just convert into a little bit spice. Teriyaki sauce usually is like marine cooking wine, soy sauce, and a lot of sugar. Boy, it's gonna be so yummy. For braising, I usually cover the lid with low heat, and the reason doing that is try to cook the meat in the low heat by not overcook, so the meat will not get tough and will become very tender. And then once the meat is nice and done, and we need to reduce the sauce, and you gotta let the cover open, so the sauce will be kind of like evaporate, reduce down to almost 3/4. Look at that, and get richer and thicker. See, the meat is very tender. You see that? You can fall off the meat from the bone easily. Got some white rice, and then we're gonna take one meat out like that. Put it on the top. They look like, and then I'm gonna add some sauce. Just put on the top, and some with the rice, over the rice like this. More sauce. And then on top of some cilantro or hot chili. Here we go. This will be a beautiful, delicious 5-spice teriyaki short ribs, nice and tender. The oven one I cook a little bit longer, almost 3 hours. Sometimes you even cook up to like this, so big. I might cook for another hour or so to get it even more tender, but that's good. Corey, I hope you like the video. I'm Chef Tom. Thank you for watching. I see you next time. Bye.